Hey guys, what's up? We're back for another video. So this was sent to me by one of my subbies because y'all know we just read the book. Damn, I left it downstairs with Angela Stanton, you guys. The Real Housewives, the Real Housewives story with Angela Stanton when she was calling out Phaedra Parks. Child. So everything said in the video is alleged, in my opinion. One of my subscribers sent me this video where Angela Stanton got into it with blogger Jason Lee. And baby, it went left. She done called Jason Lee's mama a crackhead hoe. And baby, they done went back and forth. And Jason Lee read her down to the ground. Now, the issue that they're talking about here is that Angela Stanton's son, who wants to be identified as a female. She says that he's 19 years old at the time and he wanted to transition and be identified or as spoken of as a female. And she was like, no, this is my son. And I gave birth to him. So I'm just because you want me to acknowledge him as a male, acknowledge him as a female, and I choose to acknowledge him as a male. I gave birth to him. So that's what I would, acknowledge him as. So they're going back and forth about this. And the conversation takes a huge, sharp left, girl, when Angela, insults Jason Lee's mother by calling her a crackhead hoe. And we get ready to watch this shit because, baby, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God. But Angela got a slick mouth, baby. Y'all about to see it right here and right now. Girl, let's get into it. Shout out to my subby for sending me this because I'm like, oh my God, this is worth the watch because we just read her book most recently. Okay. So shout out to Jason Lee. Shout out to Fox Soul because that's where we're watching it. Okay. So we're going to get into it, honey, because, baby, ew, child, it went down. It went down. It went down. Jason Lee cleared her. When you hear me, I didn't know he was that good of a reader, honey, because he ate down. All right, so give me 1 second. Let me pull that up. All right, so let's go.
Let's just get for real for a minute. When we're and I want to be clear because there are a lot of articles and a lot of media reports out and a lot of people that try to make it seem as if I do not love my son or that I am against the LGBTQ community. I am not against the LGBTQ community. I have plenty of friends. I'm sure you all know Kellen Derrick. Ask Kellen Derrick who helped him start his business in his basement, in his kitchen. That was me. I got plenty of friends in the community. A lot of people try to compare my son to Shauna. When I met Shauna told me her name was Shauna. I ain't never been in Shauna pants. Shauna is my friend. Shauna is not my son. What Shauna does not impact my life. I am a mother. If there is a disorder or if there is what
y'all see her book in the background, that's the one we just read. I just caught that one. I don't know why I didn't see it the first time, but that's the book we just read. So that's her, okay?
Whatever it is that my son wants to identify with that leads him to believe that he is a woman, and if that process is going to lead to dismemberment or castration, as a mother, I have a right to protect my lifeline and my bloodline. Now, you can roll your eyes in the back of your head all you want, but I have the right
I'm not rolling
to protect I'm not talking to you two, sir. I'm talking to Miss Blue over here.
I wasn't rolling eyes at all.
As a mother, I don't have to agree, but it's not hate. It's not, and you also have to understand.
This is what
you also have to understand.
Wait, but this is what your child said about your relationship with the gay community, because they did say exactly what you just said. So I want to make sure to validate what you said. But this is what JB said on the show about your relationship.
I saw it.
Y'all want to hear something crazy? Angela,
that is her son,
actually has a lot of gay and trans friends. Believe it or not.
That's Angela's son.
Angela has a lot of gay and trans friends. She has a lot of gay and trans friends. She just did an interview the other day with Shauna Brooks. Do you guys know who Shauna is?
Yes. Yeah.
Trans girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So trans girl, she respects her pronouns. She respects.
Oh, get out of here! Are you serious?
Yeah. She respects her pronouns. She used to do.
She responds to Shauna as a she.
Yes.
Did you know that you can have permanent teeth in just 24 hours? That's
it's about to get cray. It's about to go down.
My question is, why would you do that with Shauna but not your own child? Is it because
I did not give birth to Shauna? I didn't give birth to Shauna. You can't compare Shauna to my son. Shauna didn't come out my body. I didn't raise Shauna. I knew my son had a penis before he did. What you all are asking me to do as a mother, you're asking me to lie to myself about who I know my son is. Now, he's beautiful. He has an awesome personality. He's intelligent. I love him. I just do not agree with the confusion. Again, I'm his mother. Now, you all don't have to agree with me, but that's my child. Did your mother agree with everything y'all did?
I know Damage has a question, and I want to be clear, Angela. I don't want to fight with you. I'm not here to force you to understand or believe anything. What I'm trying to do, and so if I can just ask if we can.
Now, this is not a new video. This was sent to me by one of my subbies because I hadn't seen it. So I'm just sharing it with you guys because I was just like, oh my God, we literally just read her book. And to get to see her and how she's snapping off and how Jason Lee just spin the block and read her down, I'm just like, oh, well, they were exchanging words, period. Let's get into it.
Try to all bring it down a little bit so we can get to a place where we can both talk and hear each other, right? I'm not going to attack you for being a gay man who believes that anybody who identifies however they identify should be respected as such, because that's what I believe. Now, I want to get to the heart of what the reason is why you refuse to accept your child's pronouns. Hold on, and I'm trying to understand, is it because you're a mother who's trying to hold on to the identity they want for their child and not embrace who they see themselves to be? Is it ignorance? Is it just what? I don't know what it is. That's why we're here to have this conversation. And
I'm a mother. I'm a mother that knows exactly what she gave birth to. I gave birth to a man child. If my man child decides, right, and we can talk about science, because I know girlfriend got a hell of a degree over there. We can talk about science and we can talk about what's facts. And what's facts is, even once you go all the way through with the transition, because I do have plenty of friends that are in the movement, you still have that realization that you are not a biological female. So as a parent, what I'm saying is, son, hold on. Just like you said, Jason, you said when you was younger, you had been with women, like you gave yourself time to figure out what it was that you wanted. My son is only 19 years old. If you decide to make this decision, this is not the time. You are too young. I don't think that he has lived long enough to make this type of life-changing decision. And as a mother, I have the right to say, son, I love you, but no, I don't agree with this lifestyle. Son, yes, I accept you, absolutely, Javian, but I don't accept Boom Quisha. Maybe I don't like Boom Quisha. Maybe she got a nasty attitude. Maybe she disrespectful. But what you all don't have a right to do.
My family stayed out of my business during my experience, though, in my journey. That was the difference. My family didn't interject or disrespect my choices. They supported me. They asked people in the family to stay out of my business. They allowed me to grow into who I am, and still to this day support me. I have never disrespected my choices and sexualities.
Because your family was like that, is our family supposed to be like that? So because your mother didn't care whether or not you would castrate yourself, does that mean I'm not supposed to care about my son dismembering his body?
My mother wasn't in prison like you. She was on drugs, so she was in prison by drugs. So both of you had your own challenges.
Yeah, I never smoked crack.
But I'm sure.
Yeah, I got money.
My mother smoked crack. My mother smoked crack. My mother did heroin. She did all that, but she also birthed me. And she birthed me and brought me into a world that allowed me to figure out who I was. And I'm not saying that you're a good mother or a bad mother, because I'm not here to cast judgment on you. I've never cast a judgment on any guest that's been on the show. What I'm trying to understand.
Today we are setting up this Chick-fil-A employee for any.
Child, it's about to get steamy, Lord. Let's go.
Your child does not identify as Bonquisha. Your daughter has said, call me JB's. I am she. And so
I said, because I gave him his name, right? Me and his father picked his name out, spelled it, filled out the birth certificate. Because we gave him his name, we have the right to call him by that name. Now, are you saying as a mother that I don't have the right to call my son by the name that I gave him at birth? It ain't been no name change, and it ain't been no transition. So why are you all asking me to respect something that's not even real? It doesn't exist.
My answer to that is yes. If your daughter, your child wants to be called what she wants to be called, you should honor that. Yes, absolutely.
Well, if your mother want to be called a dumb crackhead, is that what you gonna call her? I'm sassy.
Wait. My mother is
asking. Wait. You brought her up. I don't know. I don't have to call my son what he wants me to call him just because he asked me to.
I'm gonna give you your answer, but see, the problem is you want to come into this show the way you do your Instagram, and this ain't your house. You're a guest. And I don't know how people come into your house.
I don't have to be a guest.
I don't know how people come into here. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. This is not a zoo. This is not a zoo. This is not a zoo or a zoo. So all the animal.
So when you throw shots, be prepared to receive them back.
If I was throwing a shot,
They're not hitting though.
Because although you called my mother a dirt, hold on, put us all.
I didn't call her. I said if she wanted to be called.
A dirty crackhead. But see, the way your behavior is, even in my mother's darkest days, she didn't act like you. You came on this show.
Listen, I ain't never smoked crack or heroin either, and that's probably why I know my son is a man and not a woman.
You know what?
So
but you
ain't your show.
You're smoking crack. No, that's okay. And you know what? You and your homosexual, whatever issues you got, because you probably ate some at some point in prison, and it got you up. And you know what? You are the most ignorant piece of person I've had on this show. And if you can figure out how to clock the out like you did mentally when it came to your own child, you can go ahead and go. And by the way, man, you spit a transsexual child out your. Wait, turn her mic on. Is her mic off?
And she's amazing. Her daughter is amazing too. Your child is amazing in spite of you.
Okay, well, while you're still here with your bad makeup and your bad eyelashes, let me go ahead and tell you something. Your daughter's prettier than you. Your daughter put on better makeup than you, and your daughter's probably getting the that you ain't having. That's why you're such a mean-spirited, evil bitch. Click her out this camera.
Well, shit. There ain't nothing else to be said. Damn. Baby, that was a read for your ass. Do you hear me? Jason Lee cleared the girls. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what they're talking about. I'm going to say now, as a mother, I'm going to say this. If your child is not of age to make that type of decision, as a mom, yes, you should stand up and say, okay, Diego said, period. I feel like she was right in her stance in terms of saying that her child was not old enough to make that decision in terms of changing from male to female until he was old enough, or maybe live a little bit longer, because children's minds change all the time. Today you want to do something, tomorrow not so much. Today you want to do something, the next 2-3 weeks or months down the line, yeah, it's not even a topic of discussion. So really, I feel like she was trying to say she would wish that he would live a little longer. And in terms of making that decision, which is a very permanent decision in terms of, you know, changing from being male to female. So I get that. And she's saying she wants to call her son that. I think Jason was saying if her son wishes to identify as a female, Jason was trying to say to Angela that he felt that it was a little disrespectful to continue to call her son what she named him. Well, I mean, it's a hit or miss, and I don't even want to misstep with this, but I do want to say that I do feel like that the mother was right in a way, and I feel like Jason maybe was right in a way as well. If he wants to be identified as a female, or if he wants to answer to a certain name that he's given himself, I mean, it is what it is. It's not going to make him not be what they identify as. By her calling her son what she named him at birth, it's not going to change his sexuality in terms of what he views himself to be. All right. If he wants to be seen as a woman, her calling him his birth name is not going to change that. So at the end of the day, I feel like both of them, you know, were kind of right at the same time. And then I do feel like they kind of cleared the girls both at the same time. Angela got a smart ass mouth, and so does Jason. I've heard him read the girls now, but he went all out here, and he kind of had a reason to, because she did call his mom a crackhead asshole. That was too far. That was too far. Y'all put in the chat what y'all think, okay? Y'all put in the chat what you think. If my son, being a teenager, came and said, hey, mom, I want to be a girl, I'm going to say you should live a little longer. Maybe you should live a little longer. Maybe tomorrow you don't feel like that. Because, you know, kids, they see things and they be what they want to see somebody else doing. And it may not be what you want to be 5 years down the line. And I would feel bad letting them make a lifelong permanent decision in a moment, or, you know, in terms of, because that's what they think right now. I think that really you should wait a while. And then when you become an adult to make that decision, even if I say no, if you're an adult, then what can I do to stop you? But in terms of you being a child, as long as you're under my roof, I'm not going to allow you to make a permanent lifelong decision like that, to change yourself from one thing to the next. And now with Trump coming in and he's changing shit, saying that, you know, even if you do identify as a trans individual, or if you're male and you identify yourself as female, you still can't go use a female bathroom because you identify yourself as such. So they're doing what they can to kind of change up some things. Trump is, and his administration, they're doing things to try to change things up from what, you know, society kind of says is okay right now into, you know, kind of what it is in terms of if what a person is born as. If you're born as a female, then that's kind of how they, I guess, want you to identify yourself. But it was the same situation with Dwayne Wade's son that wanted to be a daughter. Diego, let me see what you're saying. And you guys listen, this is a panel where you guys can definitely speak on how you feel. All right, so Diego says that I feel like she was wrong, but I don't believe in transition until you are an adult, but I would call them what they want, absolutely, because it's not hurting anything, but I would have the conversation, okay, about how hard it is and the dangers. I agree. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Said that she was giving an analogy about his mother. She was not specifically saying that she. Okay, yeah, but it's the way that she said it, and I think it struck a chord with him because he was vulnerable enough to share that his mother was on drugs and that she did, smoke certain things. And I think she used that as a means to kind of clap back at him and use that to try to check him, and he let off on her ass, child. Says that Angela asked a question concerning his mother, and he took it personal. Okay. Yeah, child, it got real grimy though. Joyce Pick says that hello everyone, said I'm down with a very bad cold, but you always make me feel better laughing with you. Oh, thank you so much. And I hope you feel better, okay? I hope you feel better. Let's see. Somebody said I'm with Angela. Okay. All right, you guys can speak freely. I keep telling y'all when you come over here, speak freely in terms of how you feel. Nobody's going to tell you you're wrong or right. I want everybody to be able to speak in terms of how they feel, from the heart. Nobody's going to be judged over here. This is a no judge zone right here. Okay, it says, hey bro, snatched by Diego. Hey, she's speaking to everybody. Hey everybody. Astute Queen B, thanks so much for being here. Says that's what he's known as. Oh, she's a content creator too, so you guys check her out. All right, look at me, check her out. Thanks for being here. Okay, said that's what he's known as. If his friends call him that, it's fine. Okay. Said that they pushed her to that limit because he wasn't trying to listen to her. She will always be his mom, but that doesn't mean that she has to go along with it. Okay, we'll take it. Flower Bloom says that even some adults hate that they went into transition mentally. They're not ready. Yeah, because you have some parents who say, hey, I had a daughter and that's just exactly what's going to be. I'm not getting ready to accept you being a male, and that's just what it is. You have some parents that are like that, especially if you're raised, old school, biblically. They feel like, hey, in the Bible, they say, hey, you're born this, that's what you are. And they totally disagree with it, especially if you're trying to say that you want to be this, or you identify as this, or even if you want to be gay. A lot of parents don't accept their kids being gay and they push them away. They pretty much, cut the relationship off if the child continues that, type of lifestyle. So it's a hit or miss. It's catch-22 in this situation. Okay. Again, like I said, I don't judge anybody because people live how they want to. It's not my place to judge anyone. That's God's place to do so. So how a person identifies himself or choose to live, that's their business. I just love. Okay. I just love. There's no sexuality on love. There's no color on love. Love, when you love a person, you just love them. Okay. Your kids are not going to always make decisions that you feel are going to be aligned in terms of what you believe in, but you still have to love your child regardless. Okay. And you kind of talk to them and, see if y'all can meet in the middle in a situation. That's just how I see it. I don't always agree with stuff that my son want to do. And I just, I encourage him to do the very best that he can. And, if he came to me tomorrow and said, hey mom, I want to be a girl. Will it bother me a little bit? Probably, because I had a son. I don't know, but I have to support him. Or if he said to me, mom, I'm gay, what can I do about it? That's what he wants. That's who he wants to be. What can I do about it? You can't say, well, I don't love you anymore. Get out of my house. It's not going to ever be that, because that's something that he chose. Shit, it's 2025. What the fuck can you do about it? Kids are going to be what kids want to. What can you do? JL is always into it with someone. Jason Lee is always into it. So I don't listen or watch him. He's very problematic. He is, child. He's been that way since he's been on Love and Hip Hop. I think sometimes he forgets where he came from. He definitely used to be on Love and Hip Hop, and he was messy then. He is more messy now since he's getting a lot more clout and notoriety on the damn YouTube streets, child. Says the mother has an image of what she birthed. No surgery or clothes or makeup will ever change that delivery. Yeah. At bottom line, you still got to love your kids. Don't put your child out and don't disown your child because of a decision that they choose to make. Because, shit, what can you do about it? You just can't. I said, I remember that too about Jason Lee and Angela. It was good too. I hadn't seen it. Somebody sent it to me today, like, Karen, we just read that book. Look at this video. So I said, shit, I'm gonna share this because some of you guys may not have seen it. I said that you really can't take away what they feel on the inside. Yeah, you just can't. You just got to love them through it. You got to love them through it. Continue to talk to them. Continue to embrace them. Okay, because you have some kids that be suicidal when they feel like nobody loves them and they feel like they're by themselves in the decisions that they choose to make for themselves. A lot of times they don't understand it. And like I said, they see other kids doing something, they want to do it. Most times they don't even understand what it means to be gay or to do stuff like that or to be transitioned. They don't understand that shit at 16, 15. So of course I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, get in the car. Let's go down there to the doctor and go ahead and transition. No, you don't understand that shit then. But as they get older, then you guys have conversations. If it's something that's still near and dear to them when they get there, you just kind of, especially when they get old enough to make their own decision, what can you do? What can you do? Just be supportive, love your kids, and just love them through it. That's all. That's all. Says, I will always see my son as my son in my heart. If it happens to him, still love him, but he will always be my baby boy in my heart. Yeah. Yeah. Says that Kim, respectfully, we don't choose to be gay. It's literally not our choice. Okay. Okay. And I don't want anybody to feel any type of way or feel like I'm being any type of way towards them if that's the lifestyle you choose to live. I don't have a problem. I told you guys I have several friends that are gay. My very best friend of almost 30, is it 30 years? Almost 30 something years now, is gay. Came out to be gay. It was not gay in the beginning because I know a whole bunch of girls that he used to sleep with, especially at work, because that's where we met, at work. And baby, he was, every time you turn around, he was sleeping with girls, and they would come to work and they would brag about that shit with other guys at work. You know, I slept with so and so and so, and I'd be like, y'all are wrong. Why y'all talking about this person like that? And it would be somebody that we actually work with. So I know plenty of girls that he slept with, and we, you know, hit me up and was like, you know, I didn't know how to tell you, and I didn't know if, you know, you going to end the friendship because I was coming out to say that I was gay. I was like, why would I do that? That's your life. I mean, if that's how you choose to live your life, what I'm mad for? What am I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're not friends anymore. Don't call me no more, lose my number. It's never that. I mean, when I tell you we have, and I told y'all the other day, we have a great time when he come into town. We have a ball. I'm talking about a ball. He is a good time. So I don't have nothing, you know, ill to say about anyone that chooses to live that lifestyle, because that's your business. No more than anybody have nothing to say about me being that as well. They said it's called cover up, that he was DL. He was always that way. I've never known him to be that way, and I've known him for 30 years. But it's when he moved out to LA. Okay, when he moved out to LA, he said he was hanging out in San Diego and all this other stuff. And the next thing you know, he started seeing guys, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I went on Facebook one day and I saw pictures of him and this other guy, and they were hugged up. I was like, what's happening here? Because I've always known you to be with girls. And he pretty much came out and let me know, you know, he did like this whole post, I remember, on Facebook, just like coming out to the world and letting everybody know that that's the decision that he chose and that's what he wanted to be. And he didn't want to, you know, have to hide anymore. So I was like, hey, that's your life. I still love you down. If you still having issues that you want to ever call me and talk to me about, because I'm always counseling him when he's going through stuff. So I was like, hey, which I'm always the counselor in all my friends' situations. They always call me like, Carrie, are you sitting down? I need to talk to you about this. And then I just give them advice. But it was no different when he hit me up and was like, hey, and I saw this whole post on Facebook. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Well, hey, that's your life. Not going to cut you off as a friend because that's not what I do. And it's cool. So he's just all over Facebook now, him and his guy friend, and they go on trips together. I mean, they came to see me and my husband and our friends, and you know, it is what it is, child. It is what it is. Shit, I ain't mad at it. That's your life. Period. Let me see what the DL says. Says that you won't know about a DL man. I know about DL people. I've seen some people that want a DL. So trust me, I know. Said it's called a cover up. Said he was DL. I think maybe he might have been bi back then. He may have been bi. Because I like I said, I know a lot of girls that he actually dated because he got kids too. So I know some girls that he actually messed around with. So I'm not going to say he was fully gay. I think maybe and I told him the same thing. I think he might have been bi because, you know, when you like, you know, both sexes, then that makes you bi. But I feel like he may have been bi. But I think now he is just full blown, like just gay now. That's just, he only date men. Now he see women and be like, oh, she cute. But he's not like attracted to or drawn to that anymore. He's just, he like men now, and that's fine. I don't judge nobody for that. Live the way you want to, child. I'm not God, I promise you. But so Angela Stanton is a strong DT supporter, and because of that, Donald Trump supporter, yeah. Because of that, it's a no for me in regards to her. I've heard a lot of people say that she is as well, so that you won't know about a deal. Man, we read that. Says y'all been in the bushes working and don't understand why people don't want to work. Tara cutting up. Says at that point, that's the point of cover up. Okay. Said I'll always live to protect my child, but I won't go along with the lifestyle. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I promise you. Says make that money, Tara. Make that money, Tara. Okay, get your money. Don't let that money make you. Said child, they're gonna have to use their own insurance to do it. So that when you become an adult, you can do what you want to do. Period. Okay. Yeah, your kids are not gonna always do what you want them to do. So you just gotta love them through that shit. I mean, that's period. But we're gonna end this video because child, I got some more videos that I gotta do, and I gotta space it out just a little bit. But that is it, and that is all for this video. Thank you guys for being here. Bill with some Tyler, KBR, and Scorpion Miss, and also to my backup mods, True TV Podcast, and Rose Armstead. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay. And all my other content curators that stopped by as well. Who else did I see? Astute Queen B. Thanks for being here, love. Thank you, True TV Podcast. Was there any more? Was there any more content creators? I see you, Snatch by Diego. Thanks for stopping by, dear. Thank you so much. And as well as all my caramelians as well. All right. Y'all know I love y'all down. Let's get on out of here. I'll see you guys later. Okay. I'll be back soon. Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.